how can you kind of feel into the energy that a manifestation is starting to unravel? So that way you can kind of be excited for it or just be like, okay, I see it's happening. Let's say relationship or like career, right? That's common where you
Oh,
can
okay,
let
yeah,
it, you can kind of be like, okay, I see universe. I'm gonna let you do
right.
your thing. Like what's an example?
Okay, so there is like a experience that I like to call breadcrumbing. Um, so there are people use that term for other negative things, I think in society sometimes, but where the universe is concerned, it's sort of like they're showing you that it's happening. The problem is that a lot of times people will see the breadcrumbs and think it's the manifestation and it's not. It's close but no cigar. It's similar but not quite right. It's sort of like a Goldilocks effect. If she stopped, at the first bear's bed or whatever it was that she was doing, she would be pretty unsatisfied, but she kept going until she found the one that was perfect, which was baby's bed. And she just like, that's the one I'm gonna have, because it's right for me. Right. And I feel like it's the people that feel like undeserving of what they want. They will settle for the first crumb that comes along. Um, you have to be strong in yourself, in your knowing of what you're wanting, and that you can have it to say no to every breadcrumb that comes along. And not just say no, but instead say, wow, the universe is showing me it's coming in. And then your intuition comes in and you can feel into that sort of breadcrumb experience that you're having, and you can feel that there's more, that this is unfinished, right? And that's what I mean by like feeling the flow of things. It's these little hints. I feel like what it really is that the goal that you want to experience has far reaching tentacles, depending on how big it is. A really, really big goal, a really big manifestation, something that feels more complicated to you, that's going to be, it's going to be stages that you're going to go in. And I feel like that takes a little bit of practice to feel into because it's not something that occurs often, the bigger manifestations. That's why it's really important to focus on the smaller ones first so that you can start feeling into like the energy is the same. Small manifestation, big manifestation. It's just that where I feel like this is going to end is like right there or like way over there, you know? Um, and then you have to apply patience and you have to say, okay, whatever this breadcrumb that's in my life, I'm going to enjoy this and wait for the next one. And it's the anticipation of the more, because you know this isn't the right thing, that helps bring that in more smoothly. Um, and not having resentment or animosity for the hint, the show that the universe is saying, hey, look, look what you're doing. Look what you're creating. Isn't this cool? Right. And that's what a breadcrumb is. And that's what it is to sort of try to feel into the flow of the manifestation. Um, so, for instance, if you're trying to manifest a partner, a romantic partner, um, if you are having connections with people that feel fun and kind of exciting, and it feels like they're wanting to get to know you. And in the process of that, one or both of you realize that, oh, we're not a match, right? Instead of being like, oh, this never works for me, just being like, man, I'm getting really good at like noticing the ones that aren't for me and seeing the hints and refining what it is that I truly want, because sometimes the breadcrumbs are here to give us little options, right? The smaller details of the greater manifestation. I would say that manifesting a romantic partner is a huge manifestation. I think that's a big one, right? So the universe is going to give us opportunities with these breadcrumbs to say, okay, you can have a date with Eric, and Eric is going to be really nice and respectful, but he's a little immature and he makes like weird jokes, right? Do you like that? Like the universe is like, do you like that? And then you have to be like, like honest with yourself, right? Because like a lot of things are going to be great about Eric, but there's going to be some things that are just like, I wish he didn't do that. And I wish he didn't have this, right? And it's not about Eric. It's about, what do you want, right? The universe is trying to help you refine your taste with the universe, the communication. So once you realize that Eric is not for you, you want to detach from that and be in pleasant, excited anticipation for the next connection that's going to come through. Because if you do that, the next one that comes through, they're not going to have that immaturity that you didn't like in the first one. They're going to have mostly everything that he had, maybe some more things to decide whether you like or don't like, right? And I think sometimes people, when this happens, there's an exhaustion that happens because they feel like every breadcrumb that comes in, they're trying to hold on to that one. Like, oh, this one might be it, right? And they realize it's not, and they're like, oh, like really disappointed, right? So the energy of holding on to the breadcrumb and the energy of finally deciding to let go and becoming depressed about it takes a lot of energy. So if instead you can see it as a game and a fun adventure, how many haystacks do I need to go through to find my needle? You know, and people will see that as like a daunting task, but others could be like, well, I get to frolic around in a haystack. That sounds fun. You know, go on a date, have fun, enjoy meeting new people, right? And if that's not your thing, the universe is going to try to be a little bit more laser focused. If you're somebody that's a homebody, you don't really like to go outside, there's other ways for you to talk to people without going on dates, without doing those things, right? It's tailored to you. Um, so that's what I would say the breadcrumb or the feeling into the manifestation of something or someone experience would sort of be like.